facts. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Happy Trudging Tuesday. Happy day. Not really. Kind of in a pissy mood this morning. Some things in this world I just don't get. Guess I'm not supposed to. Yeah. I don't know. I do not know. This is called keeping your damn mouth shut. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just keep my darn mouth shut. I'll put it this way. I don't understand what it is that I need to do. I mean, I see people post stuff all the time from people that we know have body brokered, that we know have done things illegal. I understand people can change and stuff, but gosh, people just seem a little embarrassed to share my shit. So I'm a little peeved. I'm a little upset by that. It hurts. It's like people are embarrassed to share my stuff or something. That's how it feels. Thank God feelings aren't facts, all right? So we're going to look for a reason to believe. I'm going to have to search deep today. Yeah. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe I'll change my attitude by the end of the day. Good chance of it. Morning, Angel. Good morning, Clara. Good to see you both. I'll still do the best that I can with this. Looks like this leads us to, as Bill sees, at 171. And that's probably going to lead us to something else. So I'm just double checking before we really get started here. Nope, they're both letters. So we're going to Angel. I would probably just not worry about what I'm talking about. Well, it's just, it doesn't have to do with you. So we all got our stuff that we're gonna post. It's just I don't understand. I mean, if people like my stuff or whatever and they watch it, I don't understand why it doesn't move forward. But that's between me and God, I guess. And what He wants. Who He wants. Right now, I don't feel like I'm fucking helping. I think it's part of what it is. It's kind of how I feel. Am I really making a difference? I go through these stages, so just like every human being. But it's what kind of makes my show a little different, so that you get what you get. I'm not gonna put on a mask to appease people. Now that doesn't mean that doesn't give me a right to be mean or rude or anything else, right? So it's just, I think it has to do with, I'm telling you the problem. That's not a cause and condition. Good morning, Lori. It's good to see you. I don't feel like I'm making any traction lately. I don't feel like I'm moving forward. I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do. I feel stuck. And that's the cause and condition. See, if we don't, I had to start somewhere with that, right? The problem's going to start somewhere. And this is what's good about therapy. Now, did you see what I did? I kind of had to 10 step it, because does it really have to do with other people? No, it doesn't. See, I'm still trying to understand friendships and how these things work, and if that makes sense. And I certainly hope that it does. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to go running around yelling at people today, because we ain't going to do that either. No. And, oh no. It feels lopsided. It feels unfair. So maybe this is kind of a pity pot. No, we can't stick around in that either, do we? All right. Lori says, I share your videos to graduates of Fort Lyon page. Oh, cool. I did not know it. See, that's the other thing. Facebook doesn't tell me. It never tells me anymore. Even if you comment on my stuff, I have to go searching for it. Yeah. So see, I made, you know, and Lori didn't have to do with you either. It wasn't anybody in particular, if that makes sense. Claire says often, and then Lori says, you are making a difference. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Claire says often we do not see the fruit from the seeds we plant. And Angel says, you certainly made a huge difference in my life. Thank you all. I appreciate that. It does help. It does help. All right. We should probably get to this. Because I mean, what are we really, what is fair and what isn't fair? I mean, so, right. Good morning, Amber. Good to see you. So we're going to be in, she's trying to get me to sing because she knows it lightens me up. So we're going to be in As Bill Sees It, page 171. I haven't even done introductions yet. We're going to make a switch. We're going to get to this instead. Thank you for letting me kind of get that out. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. And I got therapy today, so that's going to help. But what I need is some focus. I need direction, and I feel directionless at the moment. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Lately, I've had, probably because it's on Facebook, Angel. I'm not sure why. Here, we'll do this so everybody can see. I'll go ahead and do that today. Now everybody can see everybody's chat. So, Lori says, I feel the same way. I'm ready to get out of the employment field regarding peer services and just stay with doing my support, not for an agency that regulates what I'm able to do for others. I agree, Lori. I want that freedom. Yeah. It's hard for me to work for anybody. I need the freedom to do it the way that I do it. And that in and of itself disqualifies me for a lot of stuff. Right. So is it other people doing it, or is it Dion setting himself up because that's old behavior, right? Well, probably can go with the second one because I doubt there's anybody running around trying to figure out how to make Dion's life worse. I don't think that's what's happening. Right? That I wouldn't agree with. I would call that paranoia. Okay? And I'm just not that important. Okay? I am important, but I ain't that important. You know, I really wish I could put together a company where people like Lori and Amber and myself and several other people that I know could just work and make a decent living. Wouldn't that be nice? Just that we could help other people the way that we help other people and make a decent living at it. A livable wage. I wish that more than anything. Well, besides a halfway house for homeless alcoholics, right? So, I haven't done a very good job with creating a segue into this, so we're just going to go ahead and shift gears a little bit. This one's called Dividends and Mysteries, and you know me, I like my dividends, don't I? Don't I? Oh, yes, I do. Dion talks about dividends all the time. These are our spiritual experiences. These are the gifts that we get for doing a good job. All right. Amber said, and it's stuck in my head, bags. Not bags, LMFA. Okay. All right. I'm out of my pity party for now. I'm sure my brain will try and get back into it because, oh, okay. Okay. I had nightmares last night. I didn't take that into account. Okay. The AA preoccupation with sobriety is sometimes misunderstood. The preoccupation with sobriety is sometimes misunderstood. To some, the single virtue appears to be the sole dividend of our fellowship. Oh no, we're going to get more than sobriety and clean out of this, right? Oh yeah. There's, you know, what made me truly, truly believe was that my obsession was lifted. That's what made me truly believe. And it was hard to deny it when I was going to AA meetings and I could see other people's lives changing. When I was 18 years old and I was hanging out with Skid Row alcoholics who had gone way beyond what I had gone. I mean, I had 100 yets compared to what they had done. Things that have not happened to me yet. I mean, I hadn't even been put in a detox and in anything for my alcohol. Well, I was in treatment at 15, but that was more like a fucking vacation than it was anything else. Honestly. Right. But I saw it happening. I saw it working in other people's lives. And the thing is when you're around a bunch of Skid Row drunks and they have gone, I mean, some of these guys don't remember anything for the first month of their sobriety. We had to teach people how to talk, teach people how to read, and these people turn their lives around right in front of my eyes. How could I deny that? I couldn't. Angel says, I had an effing nightmare the other night that my mom was still alive and another person was trying to turn my mom against me and she had a really big sized head. Yeah. That's minor like that too. There's a particular person that's creating havoc in my life. They are a relative of mine. I understand that. Right. So we are thought to be dried up drunks and otherwise have changed little or not at all for the better. Such a surmise widely misses the truth. We know that permanent sobriety can be attained only by a most revolutionary change in life and outlook of the individual, by the spiritual awakening that can banish the desire to drink. Wow. Yeah. Our whole outlook changes. What I just did earlier, you think I would have done that 9 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago? Well, probably, maybe. No. See, I know that the right thing is finding the right thing. I got to find the truth. If I don't find the truth, I don't know what to work with. If I don't find the truth, what I'm working with is a lie. Right? And I can't change other people. And it's not even really wanting to change other people as much as I don't understand. And when I don't understand and I can't figure it out, it makes me feel stupid. And you know where I'm going to go with that? I'm going to go to anger. It's automatic. I don't know why. Probably something I should talk to my. Well, I got a lot of things I'm working on right now. I'll get to that. I'm working on some really, really hard stuff. Hey, there's a reason why I've been kind of going up and down lately. And I just I don't want to say it. But everybody, there's a lot of people in my life that have gone through this. I started having flashbacks of my uncle sexually abusing me. I'd forgotten about it. And it came back in a rush. I've been having to deal with intimacy and sex and things that I get very uncomfortable with this stuff. Very uncomfortable. But it explains a lot of stuff. So I confronted it. I went to my therapist and I said, this is what's going on and I need to confront it. Because if I don't, this is going to fester and it's going to turn into something else. And I don't want that. So now y'all know what's been going on with me. So, it is only by the most revolutionary change in life and outlook of the individual by a spiritual awakening that can banish the desire to drink. You know what's cool? I don't have a desire to drink anymore. I don't I don't have a desire to, it's not even just that. It isn't, I don't have the desire to escape. That is gone. For the most part, it still happens. There are days when I don't want to feel nothing. I would agree with that, but it is nothing like it was. Those are just harder days, is what they are. They aren't necessarily bad days. You know, what my day is going to be is really up to me. I'm going to tell you this morning, I did not start it out right. I did not. I didn't. Yeah. You know, I'm still a pretty selfish person and I want what I want. I'll admit it. Claire Joy says, intimacy with self. Into me, I see your growing pains. Thank you. Thank you, Claire. I appreciate you recognizing that. It's hard. It's hard. I dare I dare tell you, in the 8 years or 9 years, well, it's been 8 years since my wife and I got busy. It's something, it's been very hard for me. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be touched by anyone. It sounds overwhelming. It sounds scary. So we're taking it in chunks, slowly, which is what I need. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. It's that when I think of sex, alcohol is in the picture. It is so closely tied for me that it has made it very, very tough. Right? I was on meds for a while that it did not help. In clinical terms, it made me flaccid, is what it did, and that in and of itself was embarrassing too. Then don't get to, then I can't hold a job. I'm not a, you know, I'm not a man. These things add up, man, and they add up very quickly, and it tells me why. It explains a lot of things. All right. I hope I didn't make everybody uncomfortable because that went down to one, but I'm presuming that everybody's still here. So, because that number is always wrong. Not always wrong, but right. And now I'm talking about some pretty hard stuff today. At the same time, I can't continue to hide. I don't want to bury my head in the sand. I want to spread hope, man. I don't know why it's driving me crazy. There's just it just feels like one little thing is missing. I don't know if it's God like poking me, but I did make a promise to myself this last night that this week I'm finishing my disability paperwork. This is the number one priority over everything this week. Okay? And the goal is to get that done and have it done by the end of the week and off my plate. Because I am very concerned that here in the next 6 months to a year, we may not be able to afford what we're doing anymore. And I haven't wanted to apply for disability. I already feel like less of a man. And that just adds to it. Yeah. Creates lower self-esteem. And my self-esteem is high, but I had to do that myself, man, and that was tough. Especially when every now and again, people will go to my wife or whatever and say, he's lazy and he's this and he's that. She has to defend me. Yeah. All right. So there's more to this. You are asking yourself, as all of us must. Who am I? Where am I? Whence do I go? Who? Yes, I am asking myself that. All right. I'm doing that exactly right now. I'm asking where, where do I go from here? Do I continue? I've got a lot of things set up, but I don't know what the next. I mean, there's books to be sold. I have some guides that I've created. T-shirts are ready. Yeah, there's a lot of things to go, but I don't know which direction I should go first. What I should do first. I want to start a radio show. But all this stuff needs to make money, or I'm not going to be able to do what it is that I really want to do, which is go live every day and help people out. I literally just want a desk that I sit behind and people come and ask me for direction in their lives while I learn. That's all I really want. I want what Lori said. I don't want to be regulated. I can't. The reason that I don't take government grants is they have rules. And I can't follow the rules they set down. I cannot follow. Yeah. If you're going to take this money, then it's the exclusion of God. I'm not allowed to talk about God. So I can't go that route. Well, it's tough for me anyway. I could, but it would be hard to do. The process of enlightenment is usually slow. Boy, is it being really slow with me. Claire Joyce says, uncovering, discovering, and discarding. That is a process in which we work through our problems, right? But in the end, our seeking always brings a finding. These great mysteries are, after all, enshrined in complete simplicity. The willingness to grow is the essence of all spiritual development. Now, my question to myself is going to be, am I keeping it simple? Because that's what it was saying, in its simplicity. Am I keeping things simple? Well, what I'm doing isn't simple. A lot of stuff that I'm doing isn't simple. It's hard to do, but it does need to be simple for the end user. All right. So that means I need to remove the barriers and all the confusion in it before I can actually present it to somebody and have it work. So, all right. Today's reading, finding a reason to believe. The willingness to grow is the essence of all spiritual development. And even now, even though I'm still willing to grow. I'm a little frustrated with God, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. A line from a song goes, and I look to find a reason to believe. What song is that? Let's find out. What song is "And I Look for a Reason to Believe"? Rod Stewart. Actually, is likely "Reason to Believe," written and first recorded by Tim Hardin in 1965. Rod Stewart also redid it. That's the one I remember. And the Carpenters redid the song. Kind of cool. Kind of cool to know. It reminds me that one time I was not able to find a reason to believe that my life was all right. So finding a reason to believe, because what I'm hearing is the dividend of gratitude here, right? Even though my life had been saved by coming to AA, 3 months later, I went out and drank again. Even though my life had been saved. Yeah. Okay. Someone told me you don't have to believe. Aren't you willing to believe that there is a reason for your life, even though you may not know yourself what that reason is, or that you may not sometimes know the right way to behave? Well, gosh, it sounds like it's reading my mail, doesn't it? See, these are the things that God will present to you in your life if you are willing to open your mouth and confront them. So what have I been offered? Simplicity, willingness, and then what was the other one? Even though you may not know the reason, but if you're willing, yeah. So willingness, yeah. Claire says, looking deep into nature will help you understand everything better. That just popped into my head, seeking the power. Intuition. All right. So right here, I mean, it's telling me, aren't you willing to believe that there is a reason for your life, even though you may not know it yourself what that reason is, or that you may not sometimes know the right way to behave? And I'm going through that. So, but I can see it because I'm willing. I'm willing to believe so I can see these things. I have a new attitude towards things. Right now, every now and again, my abruptness will come out. It did this morning. After I'm done with this, I got to make a call and I have to make a little amends because I was too quick on something. Now, and it's okay. I don't feel bad about that. In fact, it'll make it right. And that's what needs to happen. When I saw how willing I was to believe there was a reason for my life, then I could start to work on the steps. Now, when I begin with, I am willing. Now, when I begin with, I am willing, I am using the key that leads to action, honesty, and an openness to a higher power moving through my life. And there it is. Whoop, there it is. All right. All right. That's going to be it for this one. I'm sure I'll be back a little bit later with a better attitude. It's just kind of tough right now, but I will get over myself. We had a great steps or tradition study yesterday. That went pretty well. I it was lower attendance, but it was also Labor Day, and I kept thinking, well, I guess people just really don't want to do the traditions, and I'm like, no, it's Labor Day, DR. Didn't occur. It didn't, because Monday's Monday to me. So, but it went pretty well. A lot of people were like, I'm happy we're doing this. This is cool, and they see the group growing and becoming bigger and better, and it's exciting. It's pretty cool. You know, this is the first time. See, I've experienced this before, so I'm not feeling those elations. But to a lot of people in the meeting, I forget that it's new. So see, I am making a difference. There's the proof in the pudding, and I did believe everybody. I believe that I made of it that I make your life better, and I certainly hope I do, because for a long time I was not that person. I just want to be a better person. I want to be able to help out as many people as I can. And I also kind of want to be in the limelight. I'm just being honest here. Doesn't mean that's what's going to happen or that I will go for that, but I don't know why. All right. I got to be careful of that, or I will end up being one of those people that are like, look how high I can jump. And no. Man, it may be simple, but it's hard to do it the right way. It'd be easy to do it the wrong way. All right. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. A lot of people here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. I don't talk about easy things. So, not always. For the most part, I don't. All right. Thank you all for being here. I may even, when I come back next time, I may even sing a little bit. We'll see. All right. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And have a